Budapest and in Eucroma in general was to be a music composer. I did this in a sort of a pre-production sort of way, which is not entirely the way you always do it, because I was brought into the project before there actually was a project. So my role was to get inspiration, write some inspirational music for the rest of the team, and act as a sort of a musical concept artist for the rest of the group. And also, of course, to absorb as much inspiration from the city and the overall area as possible. The Cymbalom recording, well, it happened because I was put in touch with a Hungarian music composer called Gyula Fekete, who in turn had a student who played the cymbalom, and the cymbalom is a sort of a traditional kind of, it's kind of like a dulcimer, but a Hungarian version of it, which has a very distinct, traditional, and very typically Hungarian sound. And since I really wanted to have a very typically Hungarian sound sampled for the music in this project, then that seemed like a logical step. So I was invited into the student's home, and me and the sound designer, we were able to record Andras Salai, the student, playing all the notes on the cymbalom and actually record everything in different performances and stuff. And the whole thing was very, very interesting because the sound is so very, very, you know, non-standard for music in general, that it's very interesting to include that in different compositions and see what happens. I would definitely say that using the cymbalom was very much inspired by me staying in Budapest, because it is a very traditionally Hungarian instrument, and it felt like grabbing some of the more traditional Hungarian music was something very important to me at the time, and I think it worked out well. I think that the whole team was very much influenced by the stay in Budapest, because the city felt very different, like I said before, and I think, I mean, the art was definitely influenced by it. We met a very interesting architect, Laszlo Rajk, who talked about, you know, the architecture in Budapest and contrasted that into, you know, compared it to other cities in Europe. And I think it had a huge impact on the art design of the project. I think it very much impacted the overall story design of the story world that we ended up creating. And I do think that it influenced us in a very powerful way.